The Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra is expected to be one of the most powerful phones of 2026, and the main reason for that is its processor. Samsung is using the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 2, but not just the standard version. This will be a specially tuned version that gives the S26 Ultra a little extra power compared to other phones that use the same chip. The regular Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 2 runs at 4.61 GHz, but Samsung's tuned version is clocked at 4.74 GHz. On paper, that difference might not look very big, but in performance tests, it makes a real impact. Reports say the S26 Ultra scores about 4,000 in single-core performance tests, while the standard chip scores around 3,900. That extra bump is enough to give the Ultra the edge, especially for users who always want the fastest phone available. It's not a huge gap, but tech fans said even a small boost can make the phone feel smoother and quicker in everyday use. This is why the S26 Ultra is being promoted as the phone that gives you the very best Snapdragon experience. Other brands might use the same processor, but Samsung has tuned it to be slightly faster, which helps the Ultra stand out. Of course, it's possible another company could push the chip even further in their own devices, but for now, Samsung seems to have the lead. But there is a trade-off that comes with more power. A higher clock speed usually means the processor uses more energy. That could affect battery life. The Galaxy S26 Ultra is expected to come with the same 5000 mAh battery that Samsung has using for the last couple of years, including in the S25 Ultra. While this is a good battery size, it may not always deliver the longest screen on time if the processor is drawing extra power. Apple, on the other hand, is going in a different direction with the iPhone 17 Pro by increasing the battery size compared to last year. This means iPhone users could end up with better battery life, while Samsung users may see great performance but possibly shorter usage on a single charge, especially with heavy use. There's also another interesting angle to this story, and that's Samsung's ongoing battle with its own Exynos processors. For years, Samsung has wanted to rely less on Qualcomm and use more of its in-house Exynos chips. The plan was for the Galaxy S25 series to launch with the new Exynos 2500, but that didn't happen. The chip wasn't ready on time, and instead Samsung used it later in the Galaxy Z Flip 7. Now Samsung has been working on the Exynos 2600, which is built on a 2nm process. This chip was supposed to power the Galaxy S26 series, but reports suggest that it may not be fully ready yet. That's why the S26 Ultra is expected to come with the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 2 for Galaxy instead. There's still a chance Samsung might use a mix of Snapdragon and Exynos chips in different regions, like it has done before, but leaks so far suggest Snapdragon will dominate the S26, especially in the Ultra model. So, what does this mean for buyers? If you care most about performance, the Galaxy S26 Ultra is shaping up to be the ultimate choice. You're getting the best version of Qualcomm's top chip, combined with Samsung's high-end hardware. The Ultra will also feature Samsung's latest design, cameras, and display, but the processor inside is what really makes this phone stand out. Of course, whether you should upgrade depends on the phone you have right now. Some people are already set on buying the S26 Ultra as soon as it launches, while others are waiting to see how it performs in real-world reviews. Polls show that around half of users prefer to wait before making a decision, which is common when a new phone is released. If you want raw speed, smooth performance, and the most advanced hardware, the Galaxy S26 Ultra is definitely the phone to watch in 2026. The big question is whether Samsung can balance the power of this new processor with solid battery life. But one thing is certain, the S26 Ultra will deliver the very best Snapdragon experience available.